Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Year of the Batman. And today's episode, it's another movie. Just like take a break between now and the next series. It is Batman and Harley Quinn. So it starts off. You have Poison Ivy, who this time her shade is like a more light green instead of that sickly gray. So she actually looks more so like Poison Ivy, and she's teaming up with Floronic Man, who it's like Swamp Thing, except he's like a guy who I guess was affected by some like extra dimensional alien like creature. So yeah, just imagine Swamp Thing, but like more evil, I guess. So they go to this like laboratory, and they're finding this article from a Professor Goodall, Goodman, Goldman, something of that nature. I'll just say Professor G. So that's the only thing they want, and they are out of there. So Batman, him and Nightwing show up, which thank God they didn't stick with the mullet look for Nightwing. They actually like chopped his hair off and gave him like the usual Nightwing hairstyle. It looks so much better. God, I hated that mullet so much. They even bring it up later in the episode or the movie, and yeah. So yeah, he's looking great. So him and Batman in there, and Batman he sees like the file that they stole. So he tells Nightwing to go look for Harley Quinn because she could probably be help finding Poison Ivy, and then he's gonna check out um, the professor and like his whereabouts and whatnot. So I'll talk about Batman's side, and I'll talk about Nightwing's side. So Batman, he goes see this government agent, and he's basically like, "Hey, I have information that'll blackmail you. So give me what I want regarding this professor, and I'll leave you be." So he does, and the professor that um, he was looking for clues for, he recently disappeared, and he at the time was studying basically just like really bad viruses like anthrax and like I guess the bubonic plague, just really bad stuff. And he went missing, so he went to his house and he discovered Batman discovered there was a leaf there that was of extraterrestrial descent or extra dimensional descent. So he's like, oh shit, so Floronic Man was here, so that's lovely. And I can't remember how exactly this connects, but it also connects back to Swamp Thing when yes, that's right. So uh, the Floronic Man and Poison Ivy, they want to combine the one professor's research with Swamp Thing's DNA, because how Swamp Thing was created, he he used to be a guy, but then he like turned into the green, or like the representation of the green. I'm not really too keen on Swamp Thing's lore. I just know he's a really super big badass in the DC universe. So they want to combine basically kind of like this really fucked up virus with Swamp Thing to therefore turn the entire Earth um, in like to this oh god, like just make the whole Earth green, because Swamp Thing, when he was a man, he was looking into some research called the exponential. I can't remember what it was called. It's essentially like you could make a jungle come from a desert, like at the snap of a finger. So they want to use a formula that like makes a desert super duper powerful, which creates Swamp Thing, and also turn it into a virus that's like really potent. So they could just spread a jungle around the earth pretty instantaneously. So do I got you so far? There's a lot going on. Just Floronic Man, Ivy, they want to create worldwide jungle. That's their plan. So Nightwing at the time, he's trying to find Harley Quinn. He's looking all left it up and down Gotham, didn't really have much of a lead anywhere. Um, And then he runs into it's literally just a superhero Hooters where it's kind of funny. You have every single waitress dressed skimpily as like a DC hero, and then Harley Quinn is just in a skimpy Harley Quinn outfit, and I'm just like, you couldn't have been Batgirl or Wonder Woman or like you just had to be the only villain there. Like Harley in this universe, you are canonically known as a villain. So why the fuck would you be dressing as a villain? Like everybody, every single person there was dressed as a hero. So I'm just like, you're just asking for attention, girl. So Nightwing, he follows her, but when she gets to her apartment, she's like, listen, I got pretty good ears because of my time in Arkham, so you might as well come out. So Nightwing comes out and he confronts her, being like, hey, I need your help with Ivy. We need to track her down. She's like, no, fuck you. I'm left that life behind. And they get into it where Nightwing obviously has like the upper hand, but then he like just starts break down laughing, and then she reveals that she had a little thumbtack on her hand that had a smidge bit of Joker laughing gas on her. Which, to be fair, that's a pretty smart like defense thing for a woman to have. Well, I guess anybody to have really. So she ties Nightwing up because she doesn't want to kill him because she's leaving that life behind her, and they just fuck. Yeah, Nightwing is strapped to the bed, and Harvey, Jesus Christ, no, not Harvey. It's not Harvey's making love to Nightwing. Harley, she's like, hey, I'll help you find Ivy, but you gotta fuck my brains out. And Robin's like, the things I do for Gotham, which, I mean, come on, we're all doing that. We're all tapping that. Nightwing's pretty based for that. So Batman, he is real worried about Nightwing because he hasn't been like keeping him updated. So he somehow, I don't know how, maybe Nightwing has a tracker in him. That probably makes sense. He tracks down where Harley and Nightwing are, and they catch them not in the act, but they are both actively tickling each other, like fully clothed. Just she's on top of him, and they're just tickling each other. And I'm just like, I really do wonder if like there was a scene before that, like in the original cut, where they were just straight up fucking, and Batman just walks in on them, and they're like, "Guys, I don't. We gotta take that out. Come on, let's nix that. They're tickling each other now." So Batman, he's obviously disappointed in Nightwing, and Nightwing responds back with like such a good retort, and he's like, "Oh please, like you've never fucked another supervillain," which I'm like, "Yes, you have fucking Talia, and you have Catwoman. Like, yes, he freaking gets it. Like, no, Batman, you are not allowed to pass judgment. Let that man tap Harley Quinn." So Harley, Batman, he tells her that like, hey, you're gonna help us one way or another. I will not give you any favors. I will not speak favorably upon you. Harley plans to pretty much destroy the Earth. We need your help, and you're gonna help us because I figure you don't want to fucking die. So Harley begrudgingly agrees to help, and she says she could probably find the guy that knows where Ivy is, and she finds him pretty quickly, and she gets out of the Batmobile and she chases him, and the chase goes on for some time until you finally realize it's just like some guy that like dated Harley's mom, and she just tried to beat the shit out of him. So Batman and Nightwing take her back to the Batmobile, and Batman's like, if you try another stupid ass stunt like that again, I'm dumping your ass off at the police department. So she's like, all right, fine. Scout's honor, I'll behave and be fine. We'll be chill. Fuck. So she then leads them to this one, like, kind of seedy bar that where a lot of the henchmen go to. And man, Easter egg galore. Oh, it's so good. You have some Catwoman henchmen buy Batman a glass of milk. You have Ubu. I swear I thought I saw Ubu in the crowd. You have Joker's like Larry Moe and Curly Joe henchmen. You have Rhino, who used to work with ventriloquist. Like, there's so many Easter eggs, and there's a really good musical number by some twins. I don't recognize them from anywhere. I know for a fact they have to be a reference to something. If anybody knows what they're referencing, please tell me. I would love to know that. But yeah, so the guy that Harley Quinn's after, he's like, okay, I'll tell you where Harley or Ivy's at, but you have to do something for me. So Harley, she has a musical number herself, which is pretty good. And I gotta say, there's a lot of jokes with Harley that just don't hit. She's not that funny. She's more so annoying in this movie. But I think that's kind of the point because the comedy for Batman, like every time Batman says something, I like get a chuckle because he's like just so tired of everything and he's got really good one-liners and he's so well written and Kevin Conroy delivers his lines with such dry humor. Oh, it's so good. Oh, just absolute bravo. I will say regarding changes in voice cast, Ivy's different and Harley's different. They both do good jobs. I will say. Is it kind of weird hearing different voices from like the same character designs? Yeah, but they're still good. So yeah. Then as they get the information, they're on their way out, and then the all the henchmen are like, "Hey, we're gonna kick your ass now." And Batman, he finishes his glass of milk, takes off his utility belt, and he's like, "All right, let's fucking do this." And then it's like the 1960s, like bam, pow, kapow, and then one of them's like, "Ow, my balls." It's so funny. It's so funny. And then it just cuts to the next shot where all three are just like grinning ear to ear about like what just happened, and I'm just like, damn, that's a good ass scene. Like from the moment they enter the bar to when they leave the bar, so good. That whole bar scene was so good. Oh, I loved it. Oh, it's great. But anyway, at this time, the professor that got kidnapped by Floronic Man and Ivy, who's under Ivy's control because she keeps kissing him every like 6 hours. He's developing the virus and he's testing it one last time and he uses it on a mouse and it almost works, but then the mouse explodes. So he's like, listen, there are like hundreds, if not millions, of possibilities of why this isn't going right. My biggest guess is we're using a water that's not used from how Swamp Thing occurred. So he tells them that, and at that time, Harley, Batman, and Nightwing they show up. A fight breaks out. Floronic Man's absolutely wiping the floor with Batman and Nightwing, and eventually a fire breaks out in the lab. And on one side of the fire, it's Poison Ivy and Floronic Man, and on the other side, it's everybody else. So Floronic Man, he like extends his arm to like impale the doctor before he leaves. So he fucking dies. And they both escape with his research notes, mind you. And then he uses a magical yam that he got off the corpse of Swamp Thing one of the times he died. And he eats that, and him and Ivy eat it. And they use it so they can teleport from Gotham City to the Louisiana swamp. I don't really know how else to explain it aside from just plant magic. So they get there super duper quick, and there's a task force that comes along with Nightwing and Batman and Harley, and the soldiers are literally there just to die. Like they serve no other purpose. They do no damage. Like they are strictly there to show the capabilities of Ivy and Floronic Man, and then that is it. So eventually, they're about to get to Poison Ivy and Floronic Man, and Harley betrays Batman and Robin, or yeah, Batman and Nightwing, and she tries to convince Ivy, but Ivy says no. So she's like, okay. So then she throws a grenade to help free Batman and Robin. So another fight breaks out. And once again, Floronic Man is absolutely wiping the snot out of Batman and Nightwing. They're getting a few more hits than last time, but it's pretty clear that he's kicking their ass. So Harley, as like a last ditch effort, gives Ivy the puppy dog face, which that is a surefire way. And then Ivy is won back over. She's like, okay, fine, fuck me. I guess we won't be doing this then. So then Swamp Thing, he attacks Ivy with like a big ass like plant fist, but then she like it's like this huge epic struggle, and like uh, Harley's like cheering her on. She's pushing and pushing until finally like she destroys the fist. It's like, I'm the one ruler of the green. And then Swamp Thing, without missing a beat, just absolutely decks her in the face and knocking her out. Oh my god, it was so funny. I'm just like, so all that was for nothing. Um, and then, so now you have Floronic Man. He's about to dump the virus the into the water, and it hasn't even been properly tested yet. So they're doing one hell of a coin flip right then and there. But then, so everybody like Ivy's out, Harley, Nightwing, and Batman. They're all like heavily bruised from the fights. And then out from the water pops Swamp Thing, and this motherfucker, he's like 3 stories tall, like a much bigger Swamp Thing than I'm used to. And it was kind of annoying at first because I'm like, oh, it's a Deus Ex Machina because Swamp Thing has been stated throughout the movie, so he's coming in and he's basically like, hey, what you're doing, it's pretty just, but it's a shitty way you're doing it, but I don't really care. I'm going to space to spend time with more green. And then he just dips. And then Batman, Nightwing, and Harley are like, what the hell is this? Nightwing, he's trying to strategize, and so is Batman. And then Harley's like, guys, what if we set him on fire? And then it just ends with Batman and Harley, or no, Batman and Robin kissing Harley on the cheek. And then it cuts to credits. Oh, yeah, opening credits were really cute, by the way. Forgot to say that. Nothing much else to add. They're just cute. So then a little bit of credits go, and then a mid-credit scene opens, and it's just fucking Floronic Man running through the swamp on fire. And it's so stupid because he's literally like feet away from water. I'm like, you dumb motherfucker. And then that's the end of the movie. But then there's an after credit scene where Harley Quinn is like doing this she's doing a therapy session with a patient, which you're like, oh wow, it worked out to where she's not doesn't have to be a waitress and she actually can be apply her degree in a meaningful way. But then it cuts out and she's doing it in front of a live studio audience, so it's like Dr. Phil amped up to 11 because she's like, oh, if you do this wipeout challenge, you'll get this a free year of therapy, like actual therapy for free. So the contestant, he's doing the course, and he falls like several times, and you're like, oh, well, he's not getting eliminated, so I guess that means this is just a way of like boosting his confidence to make him push harder. But then like he falls like the 4th time, and then Harley's like, oh man, that sucks. I guess you gotta go back to your shitty life. No therapy for you. Fuck you. And then the movie ends, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, she's a fucking sociopath. Um, so yeah, that's the movie. Really funny, really good stuff. The 2 songs that they had were really good. I like the Twins one a little more than Harley's number. Batman's humor was awesome. I love like every joke that Batman said was so good. It wasn't like intentional Batman trying to be funny. Sometimes it was, but like not all the time. It was just like him reacting and whatnot. And Nightwing was really good, and like it's just a fun movie. Just a really fun movie. That being said, though, smidge bit disappointed of the ending. Uh, I'm trying to think of what else that like really bothered me. Um, Ivy changing her mind just because of a puppy dog face. It kind of makes sense, but because of how close her and Harley are. But that still drove me a little insane. So I can't give it a proper. Oh, and there's also just a terrible fart joke. I hate fart jokes so much. Like burp jokes, fart jokes, puke jokes, shit jokes, piss jokes. Leave all that stuff out. I don't go into details. It's just an obnoxious fart joke. So I think that does bring it down ever so slightly to make it a 6 out of 7. Still great movie. Still a lot of fun. Highly recommend. So yeah, that's Batman and Harley Quinn. Bye bye.